release one of the bungees on one side and drop it down, or you can just hook it. This will remind you to put this back at the end of the night. Okay? So I'm going to put it back for now. This goes out in front to show the people this is the voting place. These are the hours that we are open. The cage will be locked and sealed. It will have a red tag seal that looks like this. It's locked. The chief has scissors, not this big, but scissors in their blue rolling bag. They will cut the seal. Some of you carry a knife like I do, which is fine, as long as we can get into the cage. There's also what we call a carabiner, or a ring, that is between the two cages. This keeps the stuff from falling out when it's in transit. All you have to do is release it, pull it through, and let it drop. Okay? At the end of the night, do not do this. This does nothing. It needs to go back through the rings to keep the cage closed. Okay? The cage will be resealed the next day, or the election night, when all the equipment goes back. We will open the cage. There will be hooks on the side of the cage. You can leave the cage open all day. I don't care. It's fine. Let's go through the contents of the cage. Cereal container. Taxpayer dollars hard at work. Okay? Undo the bungee cord in the top. This is holding the equipment in. Just leave it in the cage. That will remind you to go back across the equipment at the end of the night. First, we're going to set up the ballot box. This is a bear. Okay? In the front of the ballot box, you have tabletop screens. You can post, if you want, tape inside. The Delegate Guzman, who's withdrawn, you can put that inside. That's what we did downstairs. You're going to have 5 or 6 of these. Some of you will also have voting booths. If you're in a small place such as Larchmont Library, Baron Black Library, you have voting booths. Ocean View Center at the golf course, you have a couple of voting booths. Just follow the instructions on the voting booth. Please do not cut the cords on the voting booth. The legs are attached with a metal wire. Okay, one person should pick it up. Inside we also have the privacy screens, which we'll put on in a minute. Now if you pick this up by the handle, make sure when you put it back at the end of the night, the handle's at the top. If you do it the wrong way, it makes it hard and it doesn't fit in the bag. The instructions for assembling the box are actually on the box itself. Do you all read this? No. This is why I walk you through it. Okay? There are 4 clasps, 2 on each side. Open the clasps. Pull to set up. There's an arrow. You will notice on the sides there's a yellow part. It says pinch point. Believe you me, it will cut you. Don't put your hands there. I bled for you. Okay? So you're going to do that. There are 3 bungee cords that hold the top on either side and the back. Pick up the top and drop it. Okay? Now, you have the front of the case. Everything that we do with keys has little stickers to tell what key. The chief has 2 sets of keys that they can use throughout the day. We give them 1 set and there's an extra set in case of emergency. They're color coded: red, green, and yellow. Red is the most important. We will open the case. Okay. We will, I forgot to drop the bottom. We will drop the bottom. There we go. Once you open it, you'll see in the bottom it says press here. You can do it with your feet or your hands. Okay? Now, in your cage, there's also a 3-5 box and a 6 box. 3-5 is for voted ballots. 6 is for unvoted ballots. And it actually says on the box what it's for. What we'll do is we'll assemble the box for the 3-5. We'll tape it, and we're going to put it in the bottom of the ballot box. This is catching our ballots throughout the day, so cleanup is a breeze. Now, most of you are not going to have a lot of ballots. You will take those ballots and put them in a 3-5 envelope at the end of the night, okay? We're not going to waste a big box on minuscule ballots. All right, so we will have that ready. I'm going to move this over to the side. Now, the equipment. Optical scanner. Everything in the cage is labeled where it goes. And you will notice on the inside of the cage is actually a picture of where everything goes. Put it back where it's supposed to go. Don't get creative. Okay? And the pull pads should be flat, not stacked on top of each other the other way, because they will fall out. All right? The scanner itself has a slit in the bottom. The cases look exactly alike, with the exception the scanner has a slit. This slit is going to line up with the ballot box, so when a voter casts their ballot, it goes through the machine and into the ballot box. If you confuse the two, you're going to figure it out real quick, right? Because you can't vote on the touch writer. There are little holes here it's going to line up with, and little holes for the feet to line up with. So I'm going to put this on the ballot box. All right. There's also a string. See the string? Pull it towards the back and lock to the box. Okay? This will be locked. And the chief is going to put what we call a red tag seal. It's not the long seal, it's a shorter seal, just like what we have on the poll books. They're going to put a seal on that, the front of the box, to show that it is locked. It's going to go right here. So this will be locked. Okay? Now we're going to open the machine and get it booted up. This is the longest part, is waiting for this machine to boot up. It is ridiculous. Green key opens it. And I will tell you, if you want to notice, if it's sideways, horizontal, that means it's open. If it looks at you like a cat, like Felix the cat that follows you, that means it's locked. Make sure they're locked at the end of the night, because some of you have put them back in the cages and they're not locked. All right? Take out the cords by pushing the tabs. Close the top to plug it in. The reason I'm telling you to close the top, it's very, very tight to get to the plug from the back. It's a little small thing right here, okay? The cords look exactly the same for both machines. One has a cord with a brick. The other is the power cord that attaches to it and goes to your power source. Whenever you are working with equipment, always start at the equipment, go to your power source. That way you don't miss a step. You don't forget to turn on the surge protector or forget to plug in the extension cord. All right, so you have a flat end arrow up that's going to go right in the back. Okay, then you do your Clark Griswold Christmas Vacation. Plug it in. Go to the power source. There is a green light that'll come on when you have power also. It's another check. And one of the things our chiefs are doing, the chiefs are doing, as well as our board members when they come out, is they're checking to make sure you have it properly powered up and booting. Okay? So we're going to put this on, put the cover back in. The flash drive. There's a flash drive in both machines that's recording all the votes being tabulated. There's a backup copy. Okay? There's a red tag seal. It'll be on here, securing the flash drive all election day. That stays on there until after close of polls. Do not break the seal. I know that sounded bad when I just said that. But do not break the seal. Okay. Yellow key is going to unlock the tablet. It rests in the cradle. It's locked back. Red button turns it on. Okay? If you forget to lock it in place, when you turn it on, it's going to tell you it's not locked. So you have to lock it. It'll have an actual display. All right? And if it takes a while, it does take a while. If you get a timeout error, power it off by pushing the red button. do the 10 Mississippi count, and power it back on. If that still doesn't work, call technical support. You want to get the equipment set up as soon as possible, because if there's something wrong with the equipment, we want to get our technical support team out if we have to bring another machine for you. Now, we do have the TouchWriter. The table for the TouchWriter is in the very back case, the biggest case you have. So the biggest case is going to go back in the cage. Some of you will also have signs that say vote here with metal stakes. Please make sure when you put those back, you put them between the cases and up against this metal table. Don't stick them in the bottom, because if they come outside, they can cut somebody, and they have in the past. All right? Table has a large leg and the table itself, which looks a little stuck on me. Helps if I unzip it. There we go. Flat part of the table. And 2 small legs. Okay? I recommend doing this on a flat surface, but I don't have one up here. You will notice there's elastic around the legs, and there's a little tab that the elastic is hooked to. Be careful when you take it off. At the end of the night, just go around the legs and put it right back on the tab. Don't get creative wrapping it that way, okay? Once we undo this on a flat surface, you can pull the handle to make your table. You will notice I have a kind of a cut piece and a regular piece. The cut piece is going to go with the big leg. Take this, male to female, female to male,